Okay, today we're going to take a look at linear equations and the slope-intercept form of them. So I want to begin by introducing what slope-intercept form is, then I'll give you some vocabulary, and then we'll finish off with some examples. So basically, slope-intercept form is this formula right here, y equals mx plus b. Now, these variables have certain definitions. So for example, your m here, we say that that is your slope, also famously known as the rise over run. Now your b is called your y-intercept, where the line crosses the y-axis. So we have a xy coordinate plane, and if this is your y-axis, the slope-intercept is going to be the point where the line crosses this y-axis. So let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. So here it says, what is the slope and the y-intercept? So I have my skeleton right here, y equals mx plus b, and now I gotta identify the slope here. So remember that my m, that is going to be my slope. Another way to think about it is the slope is the number that's attached to the x variable. So here the number that's attached to the x variable is 4 over 3. So we would say that m equals 4 over 3. And then m, you can also say that's your slope. Now for the y-intercept, your y-intercept is equal to the variable b. And here, b is basically the only constant that you're going to see here. Because look, this number is attached to x, and then there's no number attached to y. That makes -1 the only number without a variable. You can think about your y-intercept being the only number not attached to a variable here. So b is -1. Alright, let's take a look at this one. What is the slope and what is the y-intercept of this? So again, your slope is the number that's attached to x, and then your y-intercept is the number that is not attached to any variable. So here m is -5 and b is equal to +3. Alright, let's take a look at one more. So now here it says, what is the slope and the y-intercept? Here we can think about adding this by 0, and you're going to see why I did that in a bit. But your slope again, your slope is going to be m equal to the number that's attached to x. So here we have -1/2. And now your y-intercept, that is your b variable. So b is basically the number that has no variable attached to it. And that's why I added this 0 here, so we can visually see that we do have a constant on this equation, even if sometimes we can't see it here. So your y-intercept is going to be 0.